What's going on, people? It's True Boxing here. It's another video in the motherfucking car. Somebody said they didn't like these videos, but hey, I got people that say they do. Look, passing the gas station. I don't know why I said that, but anyway, this is how I'm going to shoot videos because I really don't have time, man. I explained to you, I don't have time, but I still want to do videos because I still have stuff to talk about, and I like to talk to people on YouTube. I like the debates. But anyway, I'm gonna title this video. I'm gonna entitle it Adrien Broner. Who sold you the drugs that you are smoking? Okay. I read on Boxing Scene today, I had to do this, where Adrien Broner was saying that, if how he had, how he had so much respect and admiration for Floyd, but on the same token, if he was across that ring from him, he'd have to whoop Floyd's ass, and that, Floyd, wouldn't want to fight him in a couple years, and he would be foolish to do so. Now, first, let me say something, and also let me go back to what I was saying. He was saying that at 23 his skill set was better than Floyd's, and that at 23 he would have whooped Floyd's ass. Now let me just jump right in where I want to say, Broner, you my dog. I like technically sound fighters. I'm sorry, I'm biased towards them. So that's why I favor you over a lot of fighters. But what fucking drugs are you smoking? He's comparing his skill set. See, this is the thing. Adrien Broner is a good fighter, but let's be honest, he's not a Floyd Mayweather. And this is what I mean, and this is no knowledge to him. When I look at Floyd, see, this is how I'm going to relate this. When I look at Adrien Broner, whatever you want to call him, Broner, whatever. When I look at Adrien Broner, it's almost like, to me, like looking at Kobe Bryant play. Because when you watch Kobe play, he displays characteristics of who? Exactly. Michael Jordan. When I look at Adrien Broner, it's almost like watching Chris Brown dance. When you watch Chris Brown dance, you see he displays traits of who? MJ, Michael Jackson. So that's exactly how I feel about Adrien Broner. He lacks, I see traits of Floyd, but he doesn't necessarily have the things that made Floyd great. Floyd has a finesse about him. That's just, he's just so, he has a finesse that Floyd makes, regardless if you love him or hate him, Floyd makes it seem like what he does is just easy. Like, it's just, he gives you the how you watch certain fighters and you're like, damn, they like they're struggling, they're just frustrated trying to, when you watch Floyd fight, he makes it just looks like, he's the type of fighter that makes it looks graceful. Like Tai Chi, like just graceful. His pull counter, it's just spot fucking on. It's just crazy how he pulls it off. His defense, how he catch shots, how he counters. how he slips and moves his head. It's almost like magic. Just think about when you watch Michael Jackson dance. Everybody, oops, shit. When they was a kid, I know, at least for me, when I watched Michael Jackson dance, it was like he was a magician. Like he was doing magic. How he danced, it was like he had me mesmerized. You see, when Michael Jordan, when he played and he just, we get in the clutch and he has to score the game-winning shot. It was just like magic. Like this is like another pickup game. That's how his calm and his collective he is. When Floyd is in danger, or when he's boxing, he makes you feel like this is just easy. A certain finesse that the greats can carry, that that separate them from regular opposition. And when I see Adrien Broner, I see a lot of traits of Floyd. But let's just break it down. At 23, he was not a better fighter than Floyd. He wasn't. The only thing that I give Adrien Broner is more marketed. He's more tailored after the Floyd of now. The Floyd that's relying more on his defense, more on his reflexes, more on his boxing skill to fight in the pocket. He's reminiscent of this Floyd, the 147 welterweight Floyd. he's not reminiscent of the 135, you know, Floyd that fought Arturo Gatti. You know, he's not reminiscent of the Floyd that fought Indu. He's not reminiscent of that Floyd at all. You know, we all can agree Floyd was a great lightweight. You know, I mean, you really love him or hate him, whether you believe everything after that sucked, we all have to agree that he was a very, very good lightweight. And in my opinion, Broner doesn't match up to that. The only thing I give Broner, he has over Floyd at 123. I mean, 123 at 23 years old of age is power. He punches harder, but as far as his movement, he's not as fluent. As far as his defense, nowhere near as good. His right hand, nowhere near as good. His opposition, nowhere near as good. He's not. And I thought that was just one of the foolish, you know, one of the most foolish statements you can make. But another thing about him that he reminds me of, every time I look at Adrien Broner, he reminds me of Tommy Gunn. Like, he idolizes Floyd, but he'll fucking turn on Floyd if he got to. You know, like, he reminds me of Tommy Gunn. Like, I mean, I'm saying it now. This made me, his comment in that article I read really made me think of that. But he just always just seemed that way to me. Like, he's a Tommy Gunn. Like, you know, yeah, I'll fight you. And you know, I wouldn't be surprised, like, let's say if Floyd was still fighting in 3 or 4 years, which I doubt it. But let's say he was, he got older, now he's slowing down, he ain't looking as good. Broner would try to fight him. You know, and to me, he just gives me that Tommy Gunn effect. I don't know about y'all, but I just want to do my video on that. But I just feel like Adrien Broner, I do think he's going to beat DeMarco, you know. But as of right now, you're not Floyd. You don't have the same finesse that Floyd has as a boxer. When I watch you, it seems to me when I watch Broner, he gives me a little display like this is normal. But Floyd makes boxing seem like it's not as dangerous or as hard as it is. And that's why I think he gets so much slack, because he makes his job look so easy that you feel like he's never in danger. Floyd's been in there with some good punchers, some very good punchers, some good body punchers, you know. But he makes it look so effortlessly and so easy that you feel like those guys couldn't have been good. But if you actually do research on their records, you see that they were pretty good fighters. Now, Broner, on the other hand, we can't say that as of now. But that's just my opinion. Rate, comment, subscribe. You know, just a video I wanted to put out real quick. You know, but Broner, just give yourself time to develop and leave them drugs alone that you're smoking. All right.